Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now about 11 months ago I did a video on T.Rex posthumous releases, and it's actually been one of my most viewed videos. I think it's number 12 on the list. Very surprised that it did so well. And really what the video was, it went through all the various different labels that Mark was on after he passed away. So you had things like Mark on Wax, Edsel, Demon, and one that I showed a few CDs with and a couple of LPs, and that is Easy Action Records. Now they are actually probably the most interesting of the lot because they just don't release normal bog standard reissues. They do a lot of singles, but they're all alternate versions, and they've had a few LPs as well. Now I did show a few albums in the last video, and with this video all I'm going to do is concentrate on the vinyl. I do have a couple of Easy Action CDs, but for today it's just the vinyl, and I will be showing a couple of albums I showed in the last video. So we'll start off with the LPs. Now there's about 4 or 5 LPs, and then there's an awful lot of singles. So sit back, relax if you're a T.Rex fan, and enjoy. So first of all, this one here, Pictures of Purple People. And I've showed this before. This is a very good album. This has a lot of the demos from the beginning of Doves, as well as some of the Toby Tyler material like The Road I'm On, Gloria, Blown in the Wind, Reality, A Soldier Song, and one B-side, San Francisco Poet, but it's absolutely essential. And the companion for that one is Electronic Music. Now this has the early singles like The Wizard and Third Degree and Hippie Gumbo, with 2 of the B-sides, the third one being on the last album, as well as the Jones Children material, so this is essential as well. And this next one here is from a couple of years ago, and this is T.Rex Live in America. Now you can see the performances for most of these on YouTube. The version of Hot Love on this is absolutely magnificent, from 1973, especially the backing vocals. I also love the version of The Groover, which I think that the cover is taken from that, and to see the crowd dancing away to this as well is really good. The only thing I'm not keen on is whenever he does the live version of Get It On. On the studio version, the backing vocals are taken up by Flo and Eddie. However, whenever he performs it live, he always seems to try to do the backing vocals himself, and he raises the voice, and it just doesn't work. He should keep the same voice as he has on the studio and let the girls do it, but it's still not bad, and it's rather long, but yeah, he's not a bad guitar player. I always give him a bit of a hard time, and when I played this the other day again I thought, yeah, he's pretty damn good. So this is, I really do enjoy this one. As I say, it's not the best sound quality, but it's really good to have. Next one here is the Sister Pat Hall album. Now I've had this in CD, I've only recently acquired this, and yeah, this is good. This has got very good versions of like Jitterbug Love, Get It On, Sailors of the Highway, as well as some other songs like Tell Me Now, Ghetto Baby Blues, Hi, Do Your Thing, When I Was a Child, Sunken Rags, all Mark Bolan songs. Very, very good. Now this last album here is called The Gilded Cage We Call 75. Now this is on actually Solid Gold Records, but it mentions Easy Action as well, so I'm counting it. And this is material recorded in 75, so it's really weird to hear stuff like 20th Century Boy recorded in 75 with the Dino Dines keyboards. You know, it dilutes the song a bit, but it's really good to hear. Nowhere near, not a patch on the original, but still always very fascinating to hear these 75 recordings. And then you get Billy Super Duper, which I've only ever heard on the Billy Super Duper album whenever it was touched up by the Bramleys. And then Depth Charge, which is not in great quality, but still only ever heard it from the Bramleys as well. And you get a version of London Boys, Soul in My Suit, Brain Police, Savage Beethoven. Really good album, and with that album you get another single, New York City, along with another version of 20th Century Boy from 1975. So that takes us nicely into the singles. So I'm going to race through these singles. There's an awful lot of them from Easy Action Records, and we have Tyrannosaurus Rex, Nijinsky Hound with Blessed Wild Apple Girl. These are all different versions. You have a Tyrannosaurus Rex EP, and the tracks off this are Eastern Spell, Cat Black, there's a poem, Chariots of Silk, and Consuela. And then a Record Store Day from I think 2017, and it's the T.Rex Rock and Roll EP, and this features versions of Honey Don't and Summertime Blues, the Carl Perkins and the Eddie Cochran songs. And we have Jewel and Buick McCain, different versions. And then this is where the collector comes in on me. This is released Ride a White Swan with two different versions, the rough mix and the German broadcast in this sleeve, but you also get it in a slightly different sleeve, and you also get it in a slightly different sleeve as well, and the fourth time round you get it in another slightly different sleeve. Now give Easy Action Records their credit. Whenever these are on their website they say it's exactly the same recordings. You know, you're not going to hear anything different, so just beware. But if you're a collector, you know, you can buy 4 of them for the price of 3. So that's what I went for. So 4 Ride a White Swans. It's just collecting, you can't help it. And then we have the The Street and the Babe Shadow with Broken Hearted Blues, Tenement Lady and Darling. Now those are some of the singles. Now we're getting into the meat of the singles. First of all, I'll show this here. Now this is a T.Rex single, Teenage Dream, from 1974. Between 72 and 77, Mark's EMI output came on these labels and some of these bags. Sometimes it was just a plain white sleeve, or it was a red and white sleeve. Now what Easy Action Records have done is kind of mimicked it, and this is the first one up, and it's Jewel, and it's slightly different. Now if you can see the two of them, similar but not the same, and this has come out on red vinyl. Now the T.Rex fans will say Jewel came out on Fly, it didn't come out in the EMI. Yes, but they have taken the Fly singles as well and put them on this, and I think it's a really cool touch. And the B-side of this is Buick McCain, as I say, on red vinyl. And another Ride a White Swan, and this came out on, I think this is white vinyl, and again the same 2 versions but cool sleeve. There's also a picture disc. Now this is the thing, there's a picture disc to go with every one of these, and that is the picture disc for Ride a White Swan. The next one up on red vinyl is Hot Love, and 2 versions of that, the US version on the B-side, which is an edited version, and there is the Hot Love picture disc. Now they've actually put this record in, it's still sealed. I never play picture discs singles anyway, and they've put it in the wrong way. That there is actually the front, although not there, they show that as the front. Get It On, 2 versions. Sorry, no, Get It On and then Rip Off as the B-side. Different versions of course. And there is the picture disc. Next one up, and we have Jeepster, and this one's on blue vinyl. And the Motivator is the B-side. And we have, of course, the Jeepster picture disc. Then next one up is Telegram Sam, and this is on blue vinyl, and the B-side of this is Baby Strange, and then the picture disc. Yes, I know, it's record collecting, that's it. David Bowie and Mark Bolden, and then probably ABBA third, are my 3 biggest collectors. I just can't help, I can't stop myself. 20th Century Boy, back with Midnight on blue vinyl. and I always like that picture there. Right there's from a Top of the Pops performance, and that is the picture disc for it. Born to Boogie got a single release with them on blue vinyl, and the B-side of that is Mad Donna. And there we have Born to Boogie, and that's taken from the Born to Boogie film. And then we have the Groover, which is currently in the UK vinyl charts, and the B-sides of that are Liquid Gang and Down Home Lady. As I say, all these are different versions. They're either working versions or they're broadcast versions or whatever. And there is the rather cool picture of T.Rex on Top of the Pops. I think it's a lost performance doing the Groover. And the Groover is the first T.Rex single I ever bought back in 1973. And my favourite of these is this one here. I just love that, the white and the blue. And that is Truck on Tyke with Satisfaction Pony. And there is Truck on Tyke, the Satisfaction Pony. And that there is the picture disc. And that there is actually the same as, or well, it's from the same concert as the Live in America that I just showed. We have Venus Loon with Till Dawn. Never a single at the time, and there is again the rather cool picture disc. Funky London Childhood, we're getting near the end here. And Funky London Childhood was actually a song which was then later developed into Visions of Domino for the Dandy in the Underworld album. And the B-sides of this are London Boys and a different version of Funky London Childhood. And there we have the picture disc. That looks like a supersonic appearance. And then lastly we have Dandy in the Underworld. Now this comes in a picture sleeve because the original came in picture sleeve as well, and the B-side of this is The Soul of My Suit, and this is on white vinyl. It's the same label, although it's a white label, and there is a rather unflattering picture of Mark on the Dandy in the Underworld picture disc. So that's my vinyl for Easy Action Records for T.Rex. This is just an add-on to that video I did about 11 months ago. As I say, Bowie, Bowen, ABBA, probably Slade next are the ones I tended to collect, and I've been going mad a little bit with the Mark Bowen stuff. There is a single that they released called Crimson Moon, and they did it the same as Ride a White Swan. 4 different picture sleeve versions, which is really hard to get. You can't get it off the site anymore, and it's very hard to find on eBay. Now I did find one on eBay and one on Discogs, and I ordered both of them, and then I couldn't get them. One came back to me on Discogs and said, look, sorry, you can't find it, and the second one sent me the wrong item, so I have to send it back. I don't think he's got it, so I'll have to get a refund on that. So anyway, I'll keep on looking out for that. There are a lot of other albums like the working versions as well, that the Unchained series that Edsel did in the 90s, but I'm not overly interested in that. It's more the singles I really do look forward to getting and adding to the collection. Anyway, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.